Well, let's get out to Rob Olson now, live in St. Paul, the hometown of not one, two, or even three baseball legends.
Rob, we're talking about now 4 Hall of Famers from St. Paul.
Yeah, pretty amazing here. This is the Dunning Athletic Complex, which is itself a tribute to baseball heritage in this city. It's fields named after those who've made contributions to the sport here in this city. And what's more amazing to think than just 4 Hall of Famers from one city is that all 4 came from a really tight radius from this complex.
I knew they were close, but not that close.
Tuesday afternoon, Jim O'Neill got curious.
Yeah, I got in my car. I started at Dunning. I went to each player's home.
Drove from St. Paul's Dunning Field, the city's epicenter of baseball, to each of the city's now 4 Hall of Famers' childhood homes.
And Dave Winfield was less than a half mile. Paul was an eighth of a mile. Joe Mauer was a ninth of a mile. And Jack Morris was a long ways, a mile and 7/10.
And in a sport that loves its numbers, that's one more stat for the books.
All within less than 2 miles is pretty incredible to fathom.
Jim didn't play with Dave Winfield, but they did have the same high school coach. He did play Legion baseball with Jack Morris for a couple summers and was a high school teammate of Paul Molitor at Cretin-Durham Hall. And then Joe Mauer's coach at Cretin. At the 09 Home Run Derby, that was Jim feeding him pitches.
You know, I'd been pitching to him for 5 years, so we were pretty acclimated to each other, and turned out pretty fun.
To have 4 Hall of Famers come from one city is already special. To have 2 come from the same high school, only 8 other schools in the nation can claim that. To have 3 voted in on the first try, that's out of 60 first balloters in the Hall's history.
You know, they all played multiple sports in high school and growing up. Spent a lot of time at the playground, something as simple as that.
As for Joe Mauer, Jim's already got plans to keep cheering him on.
We are going to Cooperstown. I know the last time when Paul got in, I went. There was a big contingent of St. Paul people, and I think this one's going to be even bigger.
Yeah, that'll be a pretty fun one to watch. A big St. Paul representation will be there. He noted, too, that all these guys, you know, they came from the same area, a strong baseball tradition, but all were just excellent athletes, multi-sport athletes growing up. That Joe Mauer could have played football if he wanted to. One other good Joe Mauer story he had, we did that interview with him over at Braemar at the fields over there in Edina, and he said he remembered a game there when Joe was a senior, and there were a whole bunch of scouts in the stands that day and a bunch of kids that were kind of giving Joe a hard time. And he said, I think this is going to be a rough day, referring to the scouts. Well, Joe, referring to the kids and referring to the fact that it just stopped raining, said, nah, I think it's going to be a great day. Not even thinking about all the scouts that were watching him. He said that's what made Joe great, is he just tuned that out and just played the game.
All right, steady. Time to book those charter buses from St. Paul.
That's right.
Thank you, Rob.
Well, all kinds of support across Twins territory pouring in for Hall of Famer Joe Mauer.
Twins manager Rocco Baldelli did not manage Mauer, but their paths did cross on the diamond. We have team coverage tonight, beginning with sports director Jim Rich. And boy, what a busy couple of days.
Yeah, this is so great for Joe and for the Twins organization, and it kind of shows, you know what, if you do things the right way, you do sometimes get rewarded. Joe Mauer had great respect throughout baseball, whether it was his teammates or fans or even his opponents. Joe was a gentleman. That's what Twins manager Rocco Baldelli told me today when he spoke of the newest Twin going into baseball's Hall of Fame. Joe became only the 3rd catcher in baseball history to be elected on the first ballot, and after a stellar career in which he was an MVP, a 3-time batting champ, a 6-time All-Star, and he is also the only member of the Baseball Hall of Fame to be a first overall pick and then play 15 seasons with that same team. Today I spoke with Rocco about Joe, and he said he never enjoyed coming up to bat when he saw Joe squatting down behind the plate.
Behind the plate, I always felt like Joe knew what I didn't want him to throw. I do, I mean that, because the catcher has such a big part in deciding what pitch is thrown in these games, and I knew what I wanted to hit, and it felt like I never saw it when Joe was behind the plate. I always hoped someone else was behind the plate when we played against the Twins, but I couldn't be happier for Joe Mauer and the Minnesota Twins organization, all the people that have cheered for him since he was a kid.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. But Rocco said I never hit well when he was back there because he knew my weakness and would call those pitches. And Joe, of course, still is around the clubhouse, and Rocco loves it when he's there. And Rocco says when he stops by, though, he's so polite, he knocks on the door. Is it okay if I talk to a few of the guys? He goes, for God's sake, you're Joe Mauer. Yes, go wherever you want. This is your stadium. And he goes, he's just such a class individual. Rocco couldn't say enough good things about Joe, as everybody.
That's the wonderful thing about him. I mean, he's just so subtle.
Yeah.
So humble.
That's right.
So polite.
Yeah, he'd bring his kids down. He goes, is it okay if I let him run around in the field a little bit? Yes, go ahead. Do what you want. You're fine.
That's great, Jim.
Thanks, Jim.